So, hey guys, Chaucer here, and yeah, I'm going to share my new limit break expansions from Treasure Map Jinbe, starting out with the guy himself. As I always say, I always limit break expand the new Treasure Map unit. In this case, it only gives bind ship ability, which is niche, to say the least. Like when it's needed, it's good, which is not that often, but here it is for this. But you also get a lot of extra stats, like Limit Break Expanded Treasure Map unit has like legend stats, which is just very good, like the stats and add up, which is why I invest in so many different units with high CC. Like I always know I'm doing like the most damage I can do, and that's a good feeling, at least in my opinion. So yeah, we get through treasure map keys, and yeah, I took this opportunity to fully max out treasure map Kaido. I hadn't even limit breaked him before this treasure map, but I've been wanting to use him because on paper he's a funny meme unit. Like you can get a 3.25 times attack boost just for Kaido, but it's for 6 turns, like that's very cool. And you have to remember that if you're using like a Chain Captain, so I'm thinking mainly of V3 Kusan, of course. The unit hitting last is the one doing the majority of the damage. So for teams like that, a 3.25 times attack boost for one unit is actually very good. So yeah, I'm going to try that out. Maybe sometime this week. I'm a bit busy, so we'll see, but I'll do it soon. But yeah, it has insane attack too, like 2340. And you also get some ore boost as well. I haven't checked if it's 1.5 or 1.75 times, but it's either of them. So yeah, I'm going to have a good time trying this Kaido out. It will be fun. And yeah, that's it for the treasure map units. So let's look into the legends, and we start with Garma. And yeah, I fully rainbow them, and yeah, obviously when they swap into cap, they become a rainbow captain, so you want them to do as much damage as possible. So even if they only gain stats, I probably do it because it's worth a unit like Garma to have as high stats as possible, because they will do most of the damage when you use them. But they do get CD reduction by 1, and the level 1 special V 9 turns is very nice, because sometimes you really don't need the 2 turns thing and the 2.2 times ore boost, like get changing their own slot to tandem, doubling side character does their own slot ore boost, and swapping for 1 turn. Like a lot of the time that will be what you need. So yeah, just being able to use the special faster will be very nice. So yeah, I look forward to having fun with them. I will use them several times every month, just trying out different legends as captains. It will be a lot of fun. I'm happy to have them. I limit breaked one unit that I will probably often use with them, and that's Legend Rook. There is. I haven't fully expanded him. Like the next step is CD, so he goes down to 12 turns with limit break expansion. So I'm basically leaving it open. If I need it, I'll do it. But I mainly did it to get the improved captain ability. So now he's at 3.25 times attack booster at full HP, 2.5 times otherwise, and reduces all enemies HP by 10% each turn. So it's a significant improvement. I think it was like 2.75 times before. And I really hope this Brook gets a 6+. Eventually on the AP I can see him going up to maybe 3.75 times attack at full HP. That have been sick. Like every improvement he gets will be very nice. Like this Brook is one of the more future-proofed legends, especially with Garma now, since when you need damage you can just use Garma, they become captain. And Just in case you don't know, the reason why Brook is so wild. I'm sorry, something got stuck in my throat. But yeah, the reason why Brook is such a valuable unit is because he's the only unit in the game that can fully remove normal attack only, or NAO. And you do that by getting game over. And when you get the game over, all buffs or debuffs applied to your side of the field are removed. And you only get normal attack only again if the enemy reapplies it, which is uncommon, except for Kisuna. Like on Kisuna, it's always reapplied, but in other content, it's really not a thing. So yeah, very cool, and you can do a lot of cool stuff, like pairing up Brook with Garma sub, and maybe having Kaido friend captain, like Kaido boosts Garma, Garma boosts Kaido. So you get still a lot of attack when Garma becomes captain, and you can use Brook to remove the normal attack only, so Kaido can do his job. Or you can run V2 Doffy as a sub, use Brook to remove the normal attack only, you burst on, say, the mini boss before the boss, and then you get to the boss and use V2 Doffy. Lots of meme potential. I'll have a lot of fun trying that out. And yeah, Limbeck expanded one more legend I'm preparing for next month. And yeah, it's V1 Blackbeard. I even decided to fully rainbow him. I think having all the stats you can for this guy is pretty useful because he will only be captain, and like he has a good attack stats, so you will probably depend on him for damage from time to time, like if you face quick units. So yeah, I figure it'd be useful. But yeah, this V1 Blackbeard is going to be insane with his 6+. Like his current captain ability, we can basically ignore it, but with the 6+, he's going to go up to a 4x captain, which is insane considering he has the carrot effect of allowing regular attacks to ignore defensive effects. And yeah, this basically means that you have access to a carrot, but for longer contents. You can use this Blackbeard for forests, for Revo 2, Doffy 2. I will definitely try him out for most of the hard content. It's going to be super fun to play around with. He's also a bit easier to T-build with than Carrot. Like with Carrot, there are certain units you just can't use. With Blackbeard, you can basically use any unit. You just need to make sure that you have one of each of fighter, slasher, strike, and shooter. So yeah, it's not optimal of course, but it's doable, and the 1.5 times HP is very nice, obviously. So yeah, I really look forward to using this Blackbeard when the 6+ drops. That's going to be a ton of fun. He's very future proofed. Like, of course, 4 times attack isn't optimal now, but you have to remember that one unit on every team doesn't need to be like optimal, doing a lot of damage and stuff. So you can often pair him with, say, a super type, and most of the team maybe even share the color of the super type, and it's just Blackbeard alone. And the super type can carry a lot with the attack multiplier and such. For most contents, you really don't need 2 super types caps with super high attack multiplier. Like you can get away with 1 4 times attack, 1 5 times attack. It averages out to 4.5 times or something like that. So yeah, it works out. Going to use him a lot. We just need a 6+. He will drop with the next Kisuna, which will be a team Kisuna, but we'll see what Global decides to do. Okay, we have some Limit Break expansions too for rare recruits. We're going to Brook again, but this time it's the WCI Brook. And he gains bind shape ability, as said earlier, is a bit whatever. The main thing is that his special goes down to 11 turns. That's a CD reduction of 3 turns. And yeah, 14 turns is a bit steep, but 11 turns is super good for this special. It does a lot. 8 hit to random enemies, that's usually whatever. Like, it's a damaging special, so it means you can use V1 Akina and stuff. Very good. And of course, if you face a barrier, sometimes you can use it to deal some hits and get it reduced a bit. And if enemy has immunity to delay or status effects, so either full immunity or delay immunity, you change block orbs to matching, and you get the 1.75 times color affinity boost for all units. So this is just a very good jack of all trades kind of special. Like if you need to remove block orbs, you want some extra damage, the color affinity, and we also have to remember it's a Brook unit. Rook has a lot of good support. Like you can easily fit this to many teams, and the low CD means he's easy to use for a mini boss or something. So yeah, I've been wanting to do him for a long time, so I'm happy he's done. Slash if your spirit is obviously a great typing at the moment as well. I did a few more re-recruits. We can go to Hold'em. This is one I wanted to do for a while too. He gets -2 CD, goes down to 10 turns. He also gets bind ship ability, funnily. And yeah, 10 CD for his special is just really good. He reduces crew's HP by 1%. That might sound like whatever, but like it removes stun, it procs and rage. Like it's not useless. Like it's better than it not dealing self damage 1%. Like that's something it didn't have to do, but it's a buff anyway. So you can even use him for Garp Challenge and final stage, for example. And it does some. The main thing about him, of course, is reducing barriers by 3 turns. That's pretty rare. But he also moves Rainbow Shield and Threshold damage reduction by 3 turns. And you get that little chain lock too. So yeah, it's just a fine little special for 10 turns. And I've used him for a lot of stuff. Like he's good for Doffe1. He can be used for NL, as we said. Like, yeah, I just think he's a solid unit overall. So even if it's not top priority, it's not a bad investment at all. Moving on to another re-recruit, we have Galatz, who gets fear resistant. And yeah, she delays, reduces special charge time by 2 for 1 unit, and if Captain is indoor quick, you get the chain lock, very solid. And she also resists special burst, so funnily the fear plus reduced special charge combo was really never used until like a week ago, but the Hody Garp Challenge dropped on JP, and the gimmick final stage is that you get the fear plus CD special rewind by Hody. So Galatz is one unit you can use to counter that. Like the main reason I did her really was for the extra stats. Like I've often not wanted to use her because her stats were really low. Now they're pretty solid, like almost 1900 attack. That's a lot better in my opinion. And yeah, it's always cool to have some more units with fear, even if it's not that viable right now. I feel like it's a gimmick band I will stick to. So another reason is because I've started to collect dupes of legends with some interesting limit break expansion possibilities, and I just had all the dupes for Galatz, so I just made it happen. These were all I made during TM, but we got the Chopper and the Carrot refund today, and we got a lot of mats. So I did another one. I had a ton of units left. Like this morning, he was just on node 4. Now he's fully limit expanded rainbow. I had 8 copies of Aldin lying around. So yeah, now he's fully maxed out. Like as perfect. Another I'm swimming in ship behind the reduction units now. And yeah, his CD also goes down by 2. He's over 2k attack. Very nice. And yeah, the special is a bit whatever. Like he does lock slots, which makes him useful. I know Subconsci used Aladdin on one of his. I think it was when he tried out with 3 or versus Aquino against Hawkins Forest. Since he could use Aladdin to lock the orbs, get the recovery orbs and all of that. So yeah, that's always useful to have, otherwise buying the spear always good. I'm sure you can abuse the A-Frame captains as decks. I would probably try that out sometime. It shouldn't be too hard to make that happen, especially when a unit like Shanks Crew exists. Like just have a friend captain that is decks, Shanks Crew below that, and easy 1.75 times orb boost for 3 turns. So yeah, we'll see how much I use him. I don't think it will be all that much, but he does have the Praline support too. We can look at that quickly before I end the video. I haven't used it much, but of course I haven't even had Aladdin maxed out at all. But yeah, he reduces Rainbow Shield by 1 turn every time he's a perfect. That's actually very rare. There's not a lot of support right now that does it. Like, I know the limited Viola also does that. Yeah, they can put a Sanji. So that's a similar unit that does that, but it's a very rare thing, so I will probably use him sometime with that in mind. But yeah, that's all the units I did this time. I've actually... let's see if I can show you. Limit Break. In my materials. Yeah. I ran out of gold keys, so these are the gold keys I got from rewards. So from now on, unless I get more keys from a blitz or something, I'm pretty limited in keys. I'll have to live with what I get from Treasure Map. And I've also given a silver key to every re-recruit I deem worthy of it. So I have a few lying around waiting to be done. So pretty soon I'll probably start working on my shitty legends. I aim to have all unique legends fully limit break expanded rainbowed by end of this year, so I'll probably get started on that when we get to the summer. But yeah, I feel like I've talked enough now. That's my new limit break expansions. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.